So in yesterday's April Fool's video, I made it seem like we're gonna try and reboot the PCG Universe. This video caused a reaction. And you guys thought we were really rebooting. The universe was gonna go away, but see, here's the thing. This universe, the PCG Universe, can't be rebooted. Can't happen. That's impossible. It's not like any other universe, and here's why. Well, I was trying to make this sort of ridiculous. I mean, it is an April Fool's joke, but I wanted to include a grain of truth in it so it would seem believable, and I think that's part of why it worked. I mean, obviously not all of you bought into it, but I think some of you did, at least to a little bit, certain degree. And I think that's because, there is a little bit of truth to it. It is true that it's hard for new people to get into PCGs. It is true that, restarting or at least building a new PCG universe from scratch could be a good place for jumping on point. It could get the community reinvigorated and interested in it. And there is something to be said for a realistic universe. I'm not saying that's the best kind of universe, and I don't think it is, but, there's an appeal to it. And I think that's why some of you thought this would actually be a good idea for the community to reboot the PCG universe. But see, here's the thing. That's not actually possible. I can't do that. I can't reboot the PCG universe, even if I wanted to. Neither can Chris. Even if we work together to do it, can't be done. It's not possible. You might be watching this thinking, why not? I mean, other universes are rebooted all the time. We've seen, the DC movies get rebooted. The, Man of Steel and, those movies are a reboot of, the earlier Superman movies. Why not the PCG universe? But see, there's a big difference between the PCG universe and, the DC and Marvel movie universes. What do you guys think that difference is? Well, okay. Let me put it this way. If I had really tried to do this, if this wasn't an April Fool's joke, if I had actually tried to reboot the universe, and this video was serious, what would have happened? Think about it. Well, judging by the comments in the video's live chat, some of you would have refused to restart. Some of you would have continued telling stories in the old universe, either because you'd already started making them, or because you just didn't care about my reboot, or because you just didn't even know about it. Some people watch my videos and don't see all of them. They might not even have known I rebooted. Some of you would have created a portal between the new universe and the old universe, meaning you would have made a game set in the new rebooted universe, but created a portal that goes to the old universe. So basically, what would have happened is I would have created a new universe. That part would have been successful, but it would exist alongside the old one. The old one would continue to exist. That's not really a reboot. Okay, but maybe the problem is I'm just not being clear enough here. Maybe I'm not being firm enough in my rebooting. Maybe I made the mistake of leaving the old universe still existing. Maybe what I need to do is destroy it. But knowing you guys, if I'd done that, if I made an actual PCG where you see the PCG universe get destroyed, that's it, that's the end of it, I don't think that'd be any different. I think a lot of you would still continue telling stories in the old universe, just ignoring that had ever happened. Again, some of you would do it because you don't care. Some of you about, what happened in my game. Some of you would do it because you just don't know about it. Some of you would do it because you had already started making projects and by golly, you were going to finish them, which is completely fair enough. And that right there, that is why it can't be done. That's the difference between the DC or Marvel universes and the PCG universe. We are different than any other universe out there. See, in DC and Marvel, they're a company. They get to choose what gets made and what doesn't. But our universe is a shared, collaborative universe made by a community. That means I don't have control over what gets made, neither does Chris. We don't control you guys. We can't tell you what PCGs to make and what not to make. It's your creativity. It's your imagination. mean, what am I gonna do? Sue you guys? Send cease and desist orders? At the end of the day, all I can control is what I put in my games. Trying to stop everyone from telling stories in the old universe, I mean, it's kind of like trying to control the wind. The PCG universe has grown beyond any individual person. It's a force of nature. It can't be contained. It can't be stopped. And that's amazing. It means that this universe that I've spent so much of my life playing it, building, and caring about, it will live on as long as we remember it. As long as people want to keep telling stories in it, this universe will continue to thrive and grow. Not only will I not stop it, I couldn't if I wanted to. But some of you might hear this and feel disappointed. I mean, maybe you liked the idea of starting from scratch and building a newer, more realistic PCG universe. And that's valid too. I think it's best summed up by this comment. Can't we just have two universes? Yes, we can. Yes, we absolutely can. See, here's the thing. Even though the PCG universe can't be rebooted, it's actually rebooted all the time. Techno Zombies is a reboot. It's a new series. It's not connected to the old PCG universe. It's not part of the same universe. It has new versions of the old PCG characters. It's a reboot. And some of you got interested in that universe and started building your own stories on top of that, like Techno Zombies Mobilized by JPGS. And the PC games by Compact Dev, those are based on Ginkus and his story for my PCGs, but it takes them in a wildly different direction. It's clearly that's a reboot. It's a new telling of Ginkus' story. It's not part of the old PCG universe. It's its own universe. We create reboots like that all the time, but the main original universe continues to exist. They can even cross over with each other because they're just part of the PCG multiverse. So if you liked the idea of a new realistic PCG universe with no Zuvak and reimagined characters, we can still build that universe. I made my reboot PCG ideas to be ridiculous and to freak you guys out as much as possible. I mean, it is an April Fool's joke. But I think some of them could actually be good PCG ideas, and they could exist alongside the regular PCG universe, just like some of you were saying. All those ideas from the last video are up for grabs, so if you see one of them you want to make into a PCG or a comic or whatever, please don't hesitate. Or even if you just want to make a new PCG that's set in that realistic universe, do it. This can only enrich paper computer games as a whole. The original universe will continue to exist. It's always good to create new universes based on it. Those are reboots, but they're also not reboots because the original world will never be gone. Via's already expressed interest in Fig Industries, and I'd kind of like to play Ghosts Hunters and find ways to create stories about ghosts. So yeah, long live the PCG universe, long live the realistic rebooted PCG universe, and long live all the other PCG universes and all the possibilities, and thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are the best, and I will PCG you later.